Let them miss you. Let go and trust God to act in your relationship. Long-term relationships can be hard. Oftentimes, we see the little things that make us not know how to take the next step in our relationship. And other times, it might be better to cut things off and move on with your life. It is not up to you to choose the right time or make those decisions. You just have to trust God with your love life and put yourself first so that you don't burn out doing anything else. Sometimes, we are afraid to admit that it is time for us to say goodbye. It hurts, and the idea of moving on without our lost love can be impossible to do. But today, I'm going to tell you how saying goodbye can in turn help you heal, and then move on with your life as you trust God to guide you into a healthier relationship with someone better. So how does saying goodbye in turn help you heal? As we all know that saying goodbye is never easy, and especially when it comes to loved ones. But sometimes, it's necessary in order to heal and move on. Saying goodbye can be difficult, but by doing so, you might find that you are able to move on much easier than you thought possible. And to say goodbye successfully, you have to let go of your expectations. There is no need to have things together the way you want them to be, or feeling obligated to keep talking every day when the relationship has ended. It's okay to be honest about how you're feeling, but don't let the other person take advantage of your feelings. I know that finding the right words to say goodbye to a loved one is always difficult. It can be especially tough when the relationship ended badly. But saying goodbye in the right way can help you heal and move on. And to say goodbye in a healthy way, you have to listen, but don't take it personal. For example, if a longtime boyfriend or girlfriend suddenly decides that he or she doesn't want to be in your life anymore, then his or her actions do not mean that you did something wrong. Instead of getting upset and creating a stressful situation, listen to what they are saying, but don't take things personal. You don't have to go back or fix the relationship. And instead of looking for reasons why the relationship ended, accept that in some way, it wasn't working for both of you. And since the relationship is over, resist the urge to see your ex, or the urge to call every day. The new love relationship God will send your way will work out fine and give you what you really want in a long-term partner: happiness and companionship. If your relationship has ended, it may feel like the hardest thing you'll ever do is say goodbye. Saying goodbye to your partner can be incredibly difficult due to the built-up attachment and love you once had for them. However, saying goodbye is an important step in healing after a relationship ended. It allows you to process the loss. This is because going through the process of breaking up can be extremely tough, no matter how mature, strong, or healthy you may think you are. By saying goodbye, you allow yourself to process the loss and grieve for what was once a part of your life. This doesn't mean you have to dwell on the past, but just recognizing and dealing with the emotions that come with it can help you heal faster. Also, when you say goodbye, it allows you to process the joys of the relationship with ways that are appropriate for you. One of the big problems with too often dwelling on the negatives of a breakup is that we tend to forget about all the good things about our relationship. In fact, oftentimes, people cling on to negative aspects of their relationships out of habit. So all you have to do is to let go and let them miss you. I know that sounds easier said than done, because after a relationship ends, one of the hardest things to do is to let go. It's hard to let go of the memory and the hope of what might have been. It's also hard to shake the feeling that you're somehow responsible for the breakup. The truth is, your relationship is over, and there's nothing you can do to change that. This doesn't mean, however, that you have to give up on yourself or on God. In fact, it's important to remember that relationships have a way of working out for a reason. So when it comes to your breakup, don't worry about what others are saying or doing. Let them miss you and focus on your own healing process. Trust that God will act in His own time and in His own way. And most importantly, remember that you're not alone in this journey. Let them miss you. No matter what happens or what they say, your friends and loved ones are there for you to help you through this. And most importantly, God is there for you, for He's always there because you are His child. Hallelujah. Why you need to let go of a broken relationship and move on. No matter the circumstances, there's one thing all broken relationships have in common. You feel like you need to fix them. It's tempting to try and make things right again, to put yourself back into the position where you felt okay before things went wrong. But even if you manage to get back to where you were before the relationship broke down, that feels a lot different than being in a healthy relationship. In a healthy relationship, both partners trust and rely on each other. They know that no matter what happens, they have each other's support. A broken relationship is never really fixed. At best, you regain some semblance of what was once there, but it never gains back the trust and security that were once at the heart of the relationship. So why bother trying to fix something that isn't going to work in the first place? Because in spite of how it feels right now, eventually a healthy relationship will fill the hole left by a broken one. In fact, if you let go of your broken relationship and move on, if you stop trying to pick up the pieces and put it back together, eventually your heart will change. Eventually, you'll remember what it was like in your heart before it shattered, and you'll know that could have been a huge mistake. You'll know that it would have been better to pick up the pieces and break them apart, because you'd have found love again in a new way. The heartbreak really is worth it. It's the only way to find true love. So for this reason, it's a bad idea to try to win your ex back. If you are still thinking about your ex and what you can do to win them back, then you are making a mistake. Trying to get your ex back will only make it harder for both of you, because they will most likely be focused on getting back with you instead of focusing on their new relationships. If you are trying to win your ex back, then you are only betraying the trust that was once placed in you. The best thing to do is to let go of your relationship with your ex and trust God to act in the situation. If you do this, then you will be able to move on and find someone who will appreciate you for who you are. Let them miss you, because it's a bad idea to try to win them back. Think of it this way: if they chose to walk away, they did so with their eyes open. What you do now is up to you. The best thing to do is move forward with your life and trust that God will take care of your love life. You don't need them in your life. Let them miss you and get over you. I'm sure that Jesus Christ can be enough love for you, because letting go and trusting God allow Him the time and space to heal what is broken in your life. When we let go of a relationship, it is always hard. We may feel like we are not good enough, or that we are holding on to something that is not worth our time. However, sometimes the best thing to do is to allow God to work in our relationship and heal what is broken. We often think that if things were just different, then everything would be perfect. This could never be further from the truth. Sometimes the best thing for us is to let go and trust God. He knows what is best for us, and even if things are not going as we had hoped they would, He will get us through it. Many times when something difficult happens in our life, it feels as if it is all a part of a bigger plan. Allowing things go only leads to more happiness and fulfillment in the end. Trusting God gives Him the opportunity to work in our lives in ways we could never imagine. Hallelujah.